And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Crash Octopus. Now this is from Itten, who tends to make cute-looking games. Their dexterity games are like works of art, and this is no different. This is going to show you an octopus out in the middle of the ocean, wooden pieces, but it's a flicking game where you're trying to flick treasures onto your ship and attacking other people with dice, sort of. I'll show you. You're building the ocean with this big cord here into a circle. Well, that's about the best I can do. Maybe some of you are better, because I always have a hard time making these things circles. In the middle, you're putting the octopus with its different tentacles there ready to get you, and each player has a ship. You're also going to get a flag and an anchor that match your ship. You're going to put some treasure in the ocean. You have different types of treasure: gold, treasure chest, gems, captains, and goblets. And you'll take that, drop it onto the head, and that kind of randomizes it on the board. On a player's turn, there's two different things that they can do. One thing is you can navigate. When you navigate, you're going to put the anchor adjacent to your ship, and you're just going to flick the anchor with your flag and then move next to it. That was a pretty pathetic move, but hey, at least I didn't flick it out of the ocean. You also want to flick treasures onto your ship. When you're flicking treasures, you're trying to move to get to a spot where treasures are close to you, but you can never flick the treasure that's closest to your ship. So it'd probably be this one here, but I could flick this one. All I have to do is hit my ship, which I just did, and then I'm going to stack it on my ship. I can't take more than one, so this treasure chest is no good to me. And so I'm going to try to move around and hit me with other treasures and then keep stacking them. If you make something fall off when you are hitting a ship, then too bad. You're going to have to get it back on by flicking it, as long as it's not the closest treasure. But the whole goal of the game is to get all the different types of treasures. Well, that was a pretty bad stacking job. All the different types of treasures stacked on your ship to win the game. But you are making the octopus mad. You have an octopus track here, and you move the octo counter one space over a bead on the side. Blue bead turns over. If it moves over a black bead, then the octopus attacks. And the person who is after the one who loads the treasure, each player is going to get to attack with the octopus. When attacking with the octopus, you're going to be using this die here, and you're going to be dropping it onto the octopus head. That bounced off and hit that ship directly. There are different things that you can do. If you hit an opponent's ship with a die, it's successful. Any treasures that fall off stay where they are and the game keeps going. So that wasn't so great because there was no treasure on there. But had there been a treasure on there and the die had hit it, I might have knocked off the treasure, which would have been great. If you didn't hit a ship with the die, and the die lands on its blank side, you can move a tentacle next to that die. If it lands with the pink circle, you can move the octopus head adjacent to that. So the octopus could start coming near your ship, which will make it really easy for future attacks to get you. The game is over when one player is completely full of treasures, or when you get to the end of the octo track, and then whoever has the most treasures, with there being a treasure tie. See, captains are the best, breaking any ties. And there's some more rules about how you flick. You can move away from the outside in the game. There's also a nameless isle piece that can be added to it, a pink pirate kind of neutral piece going around the board, and there's also a couple mini games included in here. They're mostly just to learn how to flick sort of things included in the book. But mostly it is just about getting the treasures onto your boat. Everything about this is just charming. I like the box and the pink and the blue of the box. I like the different pieces. There's the island, the tree that goes on the island. You have these different wooden pieces. Everything is just really nicely put together. The ships are fine. The tentacles and the octopus, though, wow. I mean, there's even an option if you want to have a smaller octopus head that you can put out instead of the large one. But I like having this big one here, and I like this pink pirate ship. There's just something striking about them. If you can play on a blue mat like I'm playing here, it has a good ocean look to it. The different pieces work. They fit on the ship. Using a flag to flick things, you have to kind of, you have this like hardened sticker around the outside, but it works really well for flicking purposes. And I don't know if I like having a flip book for rules, because to me it's easier to read a rule book like this, but they are very clear on how to play the game, although I will say I was surprised that there were so many pages for a dexterity game. And there you have it, folks. Very simple game, and it's a little almost too artistic compared to many other games. But I mean, Tokyo Highway, when you put it out, you're like, wow, this looks cool. And this is the kind of game you set up and people are going to come by and go, ooh, that looks fun. Can I play it? They really do. In the pantheon of dexterity games, I don't know that I would put this one in the highest level. But when I combine the fun level of it, and it is fun, mixed with just how good it looks, I'm glad I own this one. This one's a neat one. And it's over fairly quickly. I like the bouncing the die off the head. Now, there's this whole, the rule book's like, you can strategically bounce it. I was like, cool. I always bounce it and I have no idea where it's going to go. So there's that. But it's still fun when you knock stuff off an opponent's ship. Moving the legs, the tentacles, and the octopus around is neat. The methodology of moving your ship is simple. And the treasure, at first I thought, oh, treasure's going to fall off your ship all the time. Now, if you put it on good, it's going to take a difficult hit to knock it off. But it's possible. Then there's the extra pieces, the extra little mini games. It's a pretty good value. It's definitely going to be a wow factor. If you give this as a gift to somebody and open it up, and at first they might go, bunch of blocks, but once you set it up, people are going to go, wow, that's cool. That's definitely part of this experience. But I think that's a fair part of an experience, especially when it comes to a dexterity game. So I like this one. It's fun. If you like the octopus, giant squid theme, you're going to enjoy this. All you need is the space big enough to put that circle. Someone has a way to make these circles round, tell me. I don't know if the beads and moving the crab on the beads is as smooth as I'd want it to be, getting the treasures, but it doesn't matter. It's fast. We're talking 20 minutes or so, usually, unless you really drag it out. It's a spectator game where people come around just to watch you do it. And it's a pretty small space, right? It's not a big dexterity game. This is a pretty small box. That combines into a good product. Check it out, Crash Octopus. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time. Dice Tower Judgment approved.